Thank you for listening in to our webinar on Supra's Keybox Assistant and End of Showing features. I'm going to go over the GPS features available in the system and then talk about how Keybox Assistant works and how End of Showing works. GPS and the keys are used to help with both end of showing notifications and automatic assignment of key boxes. The GPS location of the key is collected both when the key does an obtain key function and when it does a release shackle function. One thing to know about GPS is that it can take a little bit of time to get a fix on the location depending on where you are in line of sight to the satellite. This is similar to the GPS in your car when you're driving around. It can take 10 to 40 seconds to obtain that location. In this section, I'm going to talk about Keybox Assistant, which is the feature that uses the GPS capabilities of the Supra eKey to help a real estate agent assign the keybox to the listing ID automatically when the keybox is placed on a listing. The way Keybox Assistant works is that when the shackle is released, the GPS coordinates are captured. When the shackle is released, select the reason for releasing the shackle. On the eKey app, select Adding on a new listing for the reason and then enter the house number. For example, if the address is 215 Elm Street, enter 215. A tip on this, wait until you're at the listing to release the shackle. Don't open the shackle somewhere else and leave it open and then place it on the house when you get there because the GPS coordinates are captured when you release the shackle. Also, if you're testing a keybox, make sure you select none of the above for the reason that you're releasing the shackle. Once you've released the shackle and selected that you are placing the keybox on a listing and entered the house number, the Supra system attempts to find an MLS number in the system that matches the GPS location and house number that you entered. If it finds an exact match, it assigns the listing ID to that keybox automatically. If it finds more than one house number that matches, it will use the GPS coordinates to try to find the match. If it can't find a match, which can happen if the keybox is placed on the listing before it's entered into the MLS, the system will continue to search for a match for 30 days. It's important to note too that the MLS information is only available if Supra is getting the information regularly from the MLS. When a match is made and the keybox is automatically assigned to a listing, an email is sent to the listing agent letting them know what keybox was assigned to what listing. There's a link in the email to SuperWeb in case they need to go in and make any adjustments to it. Organizations do need to opt into this feature so that it is enabled for all key holders. As a listing agent, there are some benefits to getting a notification when a showing starts and when it ends. It allows you to gauge the interest in the home. You can contact the buyer's agent with any pertinent information, provide any details on the property, and monitor activity at vacant homes. You can also include the homeowner on notifications so they'll know too when the showing starts and ends. You can set up showing notifications for all of your key boxes or for a specific box. To set up showing notifications for all of your key boxes, log into SuperWeb and select Settings and then General Email. In the Showing Notification section, check the box next to Send me beginning and estimated end of showing notifications for all key boxes in my inventory. If it doesn't mention end of showing notifications here, then your organization has not yet opted in to receive end of showing notifications. If there's anyone else that you'd like to receive the showing notifications for all of your key boxes, you can enter their information in the Also Send a Copy To box. We recommend entering email addresses here, but you can send these as text messages too if you want to. To send them as text messages, you need to know the recipient's cell phone number and their carrier. I'll show examples of what to put in these fields for this on another slide in just a moment. The reason we recommend email addresses for the notifications for all key boxes is because on these notifications we send out the longer notification. For text messages on a single key box, we send out a shorter message. I'll show you examples of those in just a moment. Note that this is for all of your key boxes, so you don't want to add the homeowner email address on here unless you only have one key box. To send showing notifications for a single key box, log into SuperWeb and on the quick links on the left, select Key Boxes. Then, on the Keybox Management screen, select the gear or settings icon on the line of the keybox that you want to set up the notifications for. This takes you to a screen where you can set up specific information for that particular keybox. check the box next to Send me showing notifications for the key box associated with the MLS number. Then enter the information in the boxes below for who additionally you would like to receive notices on just this key box. You can enter up to 5 here. This is the place where you want to enter the homeowner information if you want them to get notifications when the showing starts and when it ends. You can enter either their email address if you want them to receive emails, or if you know their cell phone number and carrier, you can enter that information here and they'll receive text messages. A tip here, when the listing sells, be sure to come back in and remove the homeowner information on this screen. This shows how to format the cell number and carrier when you want notifications to go as text messages. Address the email to the recipient's 10-digit cell phone number using the formats shown here. For any carriers not listed here, you can either Google how to send text messages for specific carriers, or you can go to emailtextmessages.com for a comprehensive list. Note too that with Verizon, if you use the @vtex.com rather than the @vzwpix.com, the message will be split across 2 messages. Once you've set up the showing notifications, when the buyer's agent opens a key box, the start of showing notification is sent out. A geofence of 1,000 feet is set up around the house. When the buyer's agent crosses that geofence, the end of showing notification is sent out. A tip or best practice, do not replace the key container in the key box until you leave the listing, or you'll have to open the key box again when you put the key container away, and that will generate an end of showing notification and a new start of showing notification. There are a few other circumstances that cause an end of showing notification besides when the key crosses the geofence. If the key box is opened by another key, if your key opens another key box, or if you tap yes on the eKey app when it pops up and asks if you've finished your showing. The eKey app will ask that question twice, and if the end of showing isn't detected after an hour, the system assumes that the showing ended and an end of showing notification is sent. This shows an example of what the showing notification emails and text messages look like. Notice that the text messages are shorter than the email messages to prevent them from being cut off or split into 2 messages. The SuperWeb dashboard displays on the home page when you log into SuperWeb, and you can see here that both the beginning and ending showing notifications are displayed here. The beginning and ending showing notifications also can be found on the showing report. When you're in SuperWeb, select Report and then the showing report, and whether you select for one or all key boxes, the showing activity is displayed and you can see the time the showing started and when it ended. Thank you for listening to this webinar on the Automatic Keybox Assistant and end of showing. I hope you found the information helpful.